Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing and football selections for Saturday the 6th of December. Well, I'm a little bit behind, as you can tell. I haven't even got the total current bank of the football selections, but you will see it in the title of the video once I'm up to date. It's the figure's knocking around somewhere because obviously I've had to use the figure to work out the stakes per the football bet. I shall read the football bet out as quick as possible, and then I'm going to read out the horse racing very briefly because it was picked a couple of hours ago. I've just had no end of problems with ChatGPT. So let me get into it. So Saturday the 6th of December selections on the football. So it's the AI predictor. So obviously we are, well, not obviously, but for those that are watching regularly, you will be well aware that we are comfortably up. So from a starting bank of £150, I do believe it is something like £585. But I will only contradict myself now because you will see the proper up-to-date figure in the title of this video. So let me get into it. So it's a £40, 97 pence treble. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to pick a bookmaker where they are paying early payout. This is when your team will go two goals clear. So, as I said, £40, 97 pence treble, Man City to win, Stockport to win, and MK Dons to win. Obviously, Man City Premier League, I believe Stockport and MK Dons, I think they're both playing in the FA Cup. The next bet is the both teams to score treble. So it's a £35 and 12 pence treble. Aston Villa and Arsenal, Leeds and Liverpool, and Peterborough and Barnsley. Every single one of them teams need to score, and out of those first two bets we will show if one of them wins a profit on the day. If they both come up, jackpot. So the third one is the result and both teams to score Trixie. So the stake needs to be approximately £23.41. So it works out to £5.85, £5.85 pence Trixie. That's doubles and a treble. So the selections are Everton to win and both teams to score, Coventry to win and both teams to score, and Chesterfield to win and both teams to score. So if the first two come up, the Everton and Coventry, you will have actually Chesterfield to keep an eye on in the evening because it's 7:30 kickoff. 1 second, the screen's not scrolling down. Right, here we go. Right, for the last part of this bet, this is what I'm doing. So it's because I placed it by mistake, but I am actually going to ignore the SOP for this particular one. It's a £13, 17 pence over 2.5 goal treble. Aston Villa match, Leeds match, and Bolton match. And I'm actually having a treble on the next one because I've already placed the bet. I'm not going to keep messing around. It's a over 3.5 goal treble, not a double. £4.39. You decide what you want to do because this is the first time I've actually gone against the SOP. I shouldn't be doing really, but I have. It's the Villa match and the Leeds match, and once again the Bolton match. As above, it's the same one as the over 2.5 goal treble, but I'm having the over 3.5 goal treble to £4.39. So let's get on to what most of you are looking for, and it's a horse racing selection. So I've not been doing very well recently. In the background, you can see where I've placed all the football bets. So I don't just, I would say talk the talk. I don't really talk the talk. I don't just waffle. I do actually do what I said I do. So all the bets are placed out of the bank, and this is just a 10 pence each way. Lucky 63. So here we go. So the first selection is Tanganyika. Yeah. At 5-1 in the 3.35 at Sandown. I think this will love the ground. It'll love the slog. It stays further than this. If it's up, well, it should be up with the pace throughout. If it gets an easy lead, there might be a non-runner in that next bet. I'll have a quick check. So yeah, Tanganyika, I'd like to see it up with the front, which Venetia Williams horses normally are. It should be very hard to peg back, in my opinion. It ran okay on its seasonal reappearance. It should strip fitter for a recent run, and I think it's got a decent chance. Well, I'm going to ignore the next selection because I'm going to come back to it in a second because there might be a non-runner in the race, or that horse might be a non-runner. If it is, I'm actually probably going to pick one if it's still first three. The next selection is Gaboriot at 13-2 in the 240 at Aintree. It's definitely shown a liking for these fences. It wasn't given the best of rides last time. It came flying through at the finish. I still think it's got an obvious chance, and it does like the Aintree Grand National fences. The next selection is Aaron, or Aaron, whatever you want to call it. In the 11:55 at Chepstow, it's 50-1. I do think, even though the first three in the betting are better than some of the outsiders, I do think they've got question marks. I do believe there's two coming off of National Hunt Flat Racing, and one of them is a point-to-pointer. They've probably all got very high reputations, but this horse has achieved an okay mark so far. Don't get me wrong, 50-1 is telling you, the bookmakers are telling you that this horse is basically unlikely to win. What I'm saying is, yeah, it is unlikely to win, but I think it's got a better chance than what they're saying. They're paying first three. The problem is, it's currently 8 runners. You don't want 7 runners. So I don't know if you want to hang on just before the race is due to be off, just so you don't get a non-runner, because obviously that will knock it down to paying out on only 2 places rather than 3. The third selection is Great Balin Boris at 10-1 in the 11:40 at Wetherby. I think, this is from a while back now, this is a Mickey Hammond trained horse. I just think it has got a decent chance. I'm pretty sure it's Mickey Hammond. I was looking at his horse. Take a look for yourself. At 10-1, I think it's got a decent chance. In fact, I can't check it because it means shutting it down. Anyway, check for yourself before you place a bet, as always. And the final selection is Carrick Kate at 15-2 in the 12:17 at Wetherby. This selection is trained by Oliver Greenwell and Josh Guerrero. They also had the third in this race last year. This horse tends to travel well. I don't think Wetherby is the most difficult of courses, and I don't think the ground is currently absolutely desperate. So I think this horse could run a decent race. And it's 15-2, and I think this is a paying 3 places instead of 2 race. So I think you've got a bit of value there. So let me just check. Oh. Right, it's changed price. It's only gone from 9-2 to 4-1. So it's Richmond Lake in the 130 at Aintree. Its last run was after a wind operation. It'll come on for the run, in my opinion, and I think it's a class horse in the race. I think it's a very decent horse. It went early in its career. It went over chase fences rather than sticking to hurdles, and I think it's still to meet its full potential, and I do think there's room for improvement. So I think the racing's shocking, by the way, today. There's about 3 or 4 decent races where you can have a bet in. After that, you're looking for. I always like to look for a bet where I can have more selections. Maybe a bit of a jackpot player, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I do like the look of these selections. I think it's a poor day. I do like the big fields, and I do like those head-scratching races where you're trying to work out this and that. We haven't quite got too many of them today, but I do like the look of them, of the selections. So those are the selections for today. Apologies for the late video. I wish you the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.